Hey there! So if you're an Orlando homeowner, you already know all about the amazing sunshine and, well, the pretty intense storms. But have you ever stopped to think about how that unique climate is basically in a constant battle with your house? Today we're going to talk about exactly that. The specific challenges our Florida weather throws at our homes and why that to-do list seems to have a life of its own.
Does this look familiar? You know that little crack in the drywall that you swear wasn't there yesterday? Or that ceiling fan that suddenly got a little wobble to it? That list of small jobs just seems to grow and grow, right? It can feel pretty overwhelming, but trust me, if this is you, you are definitely not alone. So, let's get into why this happens.
Okay, first things first, let's get to the real root of the problem here, because it turns out it's not just you. The unique Orlando climate itself puts a very specific kind of stress on every single house in the area.
Really, it's kind of like a triple threat. First, you've got that classic Florida humidity. It's not just uncomfortable for us. It's the absolute perfect environment for mold and mildew to thrive. Then you've got our sandy soil. It's always shifting, just a little bit, right under our foundations, and that's a huge reason we see all those little hairline cracks pop up. And finally, there's the intense cycle of baking hot sun, followed by a torrential downpour, which just beats up on everything outside. Paint, wood, fences, you name it.
So it's really easy to look at a small crack and think, I'll get to that later. But here's the thing about our climate. Later almost always means more expensive. Let's break down exactly why that is.
This right here, this says it all. Procrastinating becomes your wallet's worst enemy because our weather is just relentless. That constant humidity, the driving rain, it will find any tiny little weakness in your home's armor and it will exploit it.
And here are two perfect examples. You know that tiny crack in the drywall from the soil settling? Well, it's basically a little open door for humid air and pests to get right inside your walls. And that crumbling grout in your shower? That's not just a cosmetic thing. It's literally a funnel for water to seep behind your tiles, which can lead to some serious hidden mold and rot.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem, right? The climate is tough on our houses, and little issues blow up into big ones fast. So what's the solution? What's the smartest way to handle all this? It really comes down to having a pro on your side.
And the key is working with someone who actually gets the specific challenges of Orlando homes. This is where a company like TJ Handyman Services comes in. Let's take a look at the kind of approach they take.
And look, they're not new to this game. They've been serving homeowners right here in Central Florida since 2012. That's more than a decade of hands-on experience with the exact kind of wear and tear we've been talking about. That kind of track record really means something.
And that local connection is so important. This isn't some faceless national chain. We're talking about a local, family-owned business. They're your neighbors working on homes right here in Orlando, Winter Park, and Dr. Phillips. And they're dedicated to doing quality work that actually lasts. So what does that really cover? What kind of jobs are we talking about here? Well, the scope is pretty huge, from the tiniest little odd jobs to some pretty major remodels. I mean, just look at this range. They cover everything: interior painting, drywall repair, new flooring. Then you've got exterior protection, like pressure washing to get all that green Florida gunk off, or fixing up your deck. Need a new ceiling fan installed to beat the heat, or help putting together that flat pack furniture that's been in the box for months? Yep, they do that. And of course, they will absolutely tackle that infamous honey-do list of odd jobs. This chart is really helpful when you're thinking about doing it yourself versus hiring someone. Sure, you could try to patch that drywall, but a pro is going to give you that seamless finish where you can't even tell there was a hole. You could spend your whole Saturday getting frustrated with furniture instructions, or you could have a pro build it so it's sturdy and save yourself the headache. And for stuff like ceiling fans, hiring a professional isn't just about convenience. It's about safety, making sure it's wired correctly and balanced so it doesn't wobble. It's all about getting it done right the first time.
So if you're ready to stop staring at that to-do list and actually start enjoying your home again, it's time to just get it done.
And getting started is super simple. You can just call the number right there on your screen to schedule your service and finally get those projects crossed off your list for good.
Or if you'd rather look around online first, you can visit their website. It's a great spot to see more of their work and get in touch that way.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. We know the Orlando climate is constantly putting pressure on our homes. The real question is, how do you want to spend your time? Constantly worrying about that pressure, or just enjoying the amazing lifestyle we have here? Because in the end, it's not just about fixing things, it's about reclaiming your weekends and your peace of mind.